Welcome to our Association of Professional Trichologists webinar. We are here today to provide you with trichologist tips to elevate your practice. My name is Dr. Crystal Porter, and I am the Executive Director of the Association of Professional Trichologists. APT is a 501c6 nonprofit membership organization, and we are dedicated to advancing the trichology industry through trust, collaboration, and professional credentialing. This webinar is a supplement to another resource we have available in PDF form called the 5 Insider Tips for Aspiring Practitioners, and it will take you from 0 to 10K per month. I am here with Marvelette Bailey, who will pop up in a minute, and she is the one who will provide the tips. And she is currently our president of APT for the year of 2025. She is known as a pillar in the beauty industry and has over 30 years of experience backed with in-depth training, licensure, and certifications. Marvelette continued her education and training in the paramedical and science fields, becoming a trichologist, healthcare practitioner, and biomedical research assistant. Thank you for being here, Marvelette.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to get started because I would like everyone to know a little bit about your journey into trichology. What really inspired you to become a trichologist?
I always wanted to be a trichologist, but the real thing that inspired me is before I got my own salon, I worked in 2 other salons, and I always got the clients that they didn't want. The people they would consider trouble clients who didn't have perfect hair, who had breakage or just hair wasn't desirable to do. I would get thrown those clients. And then I would turn the hair around and it would be amazing. They would wonder what did I do? And they wanted me to teach them. I really couldn't teach them because I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I didn't have a protocol. It was just working. So that made me want to dive deeper into it. And then I would get referrals from people to help their hair. Mm-hmm. And so that made me dive deeper and do a lot of research before I actually went to school to become a trichologist, or to get more training in trichology.
Okay. And so those who are entering into the field, sometimes there are obstacles. So can you share some of the biggest challenges that you had?
Being a trichologist or trying to become a trichologist?
In the beginning.
In the beginning, just not knowing a lot. It doesn't matter where you get your training. They can't teach you everything because things are steadily evolving. Experience is the best teacher. You can read something in a book, but until you're hands-on, that's when you really learn it. And you see multiple cases. So you see repetition, certain ailments over and over again, and you notice things about them. So just protocols, creating protocols and just learning what you're actually looking at under the scope. That was a big thing. And then partnering with medical professionals, because although some trichologists don't feel like they don't need them, but my opinion is you do. So developing those relationships as well.
Okay. So I guess that is a good segue for us to get started with the tips. So what is your number one tip?
So the number one tip is creating a Google page. Okay. Every business should have one. Get your clients to write reviews, honest reviews. Don't pay people, just ask them to write honest reviews. A lot of people are visual, so they like to see before and after photos. But for me, all the photos, that's great, the bells and whistles. But my biggest takeaway from Google is reviews. People read reviews. Think about when you're buying anything. If you're buying a pair of shoes or anything, or you want to try a new restaurant, you read the reviews, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like the reviews are excellent, and it's a great way to come up in local searches, add a little bit of credibility with the reviews. So I think that Google search, creating a Google page is the first tip.
Okay. And so is it important to have reviews, or?
It is very important to have reviews. The tip with that is don't ask your clients to do a review too soon. Like their first visit with you. Do not say, hey, can you give us a review on Google? Wait till a few visits till you develop a relationship with that client. and then ask them to do a review, because that way it'll be an honest review. They have had time with you. Hopefully they have had treatment with you. They've had check-ins with you, and they can give you an honest review, or even a better review than they would have did day one.
That's excellent, because I can think about if I were to be asked and there was nothing that I could really talk about, the quality of the review would be seen. So I think that's an excellent strategy. Thank you. All right. And so what about the other tip? What else do you have?
Offer evidence-based, science-backed services. So what does that mean? Use vetted assessments. If you do dietary assessments, if you do different scans or different, whatever you do, make sure that it's science-based. And I'm going to say science-based is the top of the line, because people want results that they can trust. They don't want to feel like you're guessing. So when you provide anything evidence-based, you're going to have data to prove that it does work and that their chances of getting help is greater than just guessing.
I think that's great, because with me being a scientist, that's something that I oftentimes harp on, because if people don't realize that you have some kind of standard, then so many people just take whatever they hear on YouTube University or in YouTube University. But having evidence is, I think, awesome. So thank you for that. And so how do you actually stay informed about some of the new research and advancements in trichology?
Well, the number one thing I can say right now is through APT, because APT does offer monthly classes, and we have different professionals, a lot of scientists. You have to stay abreast of cutting edge technology. Take classes. You have to stay informed. It's not a one and done. This is a forever learning with anything. You have to keep on learning and stay abreast of everything that's happening, because trends constantly change. You got new things coming out. So you have to stay abreast of those things.
Do you have any success stories that you can share?
As far as evidence-based?
Using some of the strategies or procedures that are based on science.
So I have, because of everything that's evidence-based, I do a report for my clients. And I also consult with scientists and medical professionals and some product companies. So with us going back and forth and comparing notes, we have actually helped a lot of clients out and found other conditions that they were going through the evidence-based things that we did and the data. So we found things that health-wise that really, we caught it at an early stage because we did things the right way and evidence-based.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. All right. What is tip number 3?
Tip number 3 is create a personalized client report. And I just kind of touched on that a little bit. So the way that I do my report, it'll be a description of the client, subject ID number. It'll be a little thing about them, like what's going on with them, how their hair loss started, and different things that went on with them. Then we're going to the trichoscopy results and what the findings were. We're going to the diagnosis. And then I break it down. I use the proper terms for the medical professionals, but as far as the client, I break everything down that is seen on the scan in layman's terms so that they can understand what it means. Because what's worse than going somewhere and getting a report about your health, any part of your health, be it your scalp, your body, and you still don't know what's wrong because you can't read the report. So that's why it's important for me to break it down enough for the client to understand it and be comfortable with the results. And any questions they have, they can ask me because they actually know what they're looking at. But also, you have to have certain medical terms in there, proper terms, so that the medical professionals will respect you and know that you know what you're talking about and know what you're doing.
Now, I think that's pretty original for you to be able to summarize everything in a report. So have you gotten any referrals? Because sometimes people get reports and they like to show them off.
So that's another thing I have to tell my clients: do not leave your report with your medical doctors. They do. I say have them make a copy, because then they come back to me for an extra copy because they give it away. So from there, I do have quite a few medical doctors sending me clients, and I also send them clients. not just dermatologists, endocrinologists, all kind of doctors send me clients because of my report, because they share them with all their doctors. Because usually anything that's going on in your body and you see it result through your hair loss, it's because something's already going on in your body. So it's a telltale sign of other things. So because they realize one thing is connected to the other, we kind of need each other, or we help each other, I should say.
Okay. All right. And what is tip number 4?
Tip number 4 is offer retail products that are backed by science. So, what?
Well, I was just getting ready to say, how do you even decide which products to even offer?
Again, through classes, different companies, talking to scientists, building a relationship with people who do formulate products, and just studying what the ingredients are, and then things that are backed by science. So we have a book that we created through the research. Main Insights actually got me started with this, creating a book of products that are evidence-based. So I keep that book and I keep adding to it. If they have had third-party testing, if you can prove the claims that you state, you can support those claims with the data. So that's the way that I keep up with it. Mm-hmm. And people are going to go to YouTube. They're going to go to Google search. They're going to go to the beauty supply house. They're going to order they're going to order something. So if you're giving them advice about their hair care and their scalp needs, it's best that they purchase the things from you, because you will have it ready. People like things in hand. They like to take it with them. We live in a microwave age. They don't want to wait. So it's best to have products in your office. And then your clients should trust you. If they trust you, they're going to trust your judgment. So they're going to purchase what you recommend. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes practitioners are hesitant about selling retail products. So what advice would you give to someone who is kind of trigger shy?
Start small. If you don't want to house products, because products do have expiration dates, if your clientele is not flourishing to the point where you feel like you would get a quick turnaround, develop a relationship with a product company to where you can give a code so they can order from your code, but have them order from your office or from your clinic. Don't send them home and say, here's the link, order right then and there in the office, because you have to kind of get them, because people get to thinking and talking, and say, well, I could just run over here. So that's the way to start, or just start small, partner with somebody. If you have a smaller practice and another trichologist who don't need a case of this or a case of that, partner, go in together and get 3 of each thing or 6 of each thing, but just go in together with it. But meet yourself where you are. You got to start somewhere. So I would say start small and try partnering with people and try codes to where you would get credit for referring them to the product. So you can even start there if you don't want to house the product.
Love that. So tip number 5, what is that?
Tip number 5 is partner with nutritionists and physicians.
And how has that been advantageous?
That has been really good, because I don't know everything, right? I'm not a medical professional, so a medical doctor. So some things I don't know. So when I partner with them, they teach me other things. They help me read things that I don't understand, and they don't necessarily know about hair, because that's not their area, if that's not their area of expertise. So I teach them what I know, and they teach me what they know, and we help the client. Referrals, I refer them clients, they refer me clients. If they need blood work, I can refer them there to get the blood work done. It's just been very beneficial, very beneficial. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I couldn't help but think that I've had a lot of conversations with practitioners who have a very difficult time trying to establish those relationships. So what challenges have you had, and how have you overcome them?
There were a lot of challenges. So there are a lot of medical professionals who don't greet us with open arms. I'm going to say, I'm going to say rightfully so, because of so many things that are going on in the industry. It's not a one size fits all, and all trichologists are not created equal. However, you have to build your credibility. So with the reports, and then meeting them in different settings, networking events or speaking engagements, my client reports, And when they constantly see your name, or you're in touch with other people who are notable and respected, that also helps. And then with the clients, when you send your clients to them, or your clients happen to go to them and they see the results and see your report, they say, well, hey, it's something to this person. They'll give you a call, or they'll reach out, or they'll send their clients to you. But you have to build that relationship. It's not an overnight thing, because they are very guarded, and some of us are as well, because I have had some bad experiences with medical doctors too. So just like they've had bad experiences with us. So just like they are selective and guarded, we should be as well. But you have to kind of put yourself out there. And the more they hear your name and see your work, the results, the more you're respected, and then they reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. So those are the tips, but I want to ask you some other questions, because looking back, I'm sure that there are some things that you know now that you wish you knew back then. So can you share, one thing that you wish you knew back then?
Oh, it's so many. I don't even know which one I want to. I don't want to say that one. Let me see. Products and protocols. You don't have to buy every product, and you don't need to know every single protocol. Start where you are. What Les Brown said, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great.
Yes.
Be kind to yourself, because you don't know everything, and reach out to other people. Everybody's not going to welcome you with open arms. In the beginning, I think I gave away too much, and some people don't want to give you anything. So, but I will say, ask for help. Get around people who are like-minded and do not mind sharing. I've learned since being with APT, people do share. They offer help. I can't say that I picked up the phone and will email one person, they did not give me help. But you also have to have something to offer, because you can't just keep sucking in everything and don't give anything too. So you have to be willing to give as well as willing to ask. And I didn't ask for a lot of help in the beginning. So I will reach out now, and it's been worthwhile. It's been working for me.
That's awesome. So a couple more questions. One is, we are talking about going from 0 to 10K per month, right? And a lot of practitioners start off, and there is a lot of money to be made. But what did you do to really increase? I know you gave all those tips, but going in the same, or using the same vein as what did you used to do that you no longer do now? What was something that really helped you to start making more money?
Creating packages, giving payment options. If you don't take insurance, you have to make it affordable for everybody, and meet people where they are. Kind of have a conversation. So I used to give like 5 or 6 treatment options at the end of every report. I no longer do that. I do one treatment plan, and then we have a conversation. Do you want to do in-clinic treatment? Do you want to do at home and in-clinic? Do you want to just do at home and do 1 month check-ins? And then I create a protocol from them from there, and what's in their budget, or something that's affordable. And then I will give them 3 payment options. Well, technically 4, because you can always pay in full. And then I'll give 3 other payment options as well.
Okay, that's awesome. So you've mentioned APT and how valuable it's been. So is there like one thing that you can say that you got from APT that you think everyone needs to know about?
Education. That is the best, because we have monthly educational talks. And then sometimes we have more than one. If you are an APT member, it is complimentary with the membership. But sometimes we have more advanced training that we do. Even members have to pay for, and it's a little bit higher for non-members, but it's well worth it. The education, just the new trends and the new findings, the new treatments. You just found out a lot of information through APT and a lot of the talks. So I would say that's one of my favorite things that I get from APT, is the education and the collaboration.
That's awesome. All right. So you rattled off those tips. So let's have a reminder.
So tip number 1, create a Google page and get those reviews, but get them after you see the client a few times and develop that relationship. Timing is key. Secondly, you want to offer evidence-based, science-backed services. So you want to do things, anything that's science-backed, because it'll give you more credibility.
Okay.
3, you want to create a personalized client report. After your client comes to you for the initial consultation, you do the trichoscopy and they come back for those results. You want to have it in a report form, simple enough for the client to read it and understand it, but also educated enough for the doctor to respect you and spark their interest. 4, you want to do retail products that are backed by science. So keep a book, a log, make a little book. Every time you come across a product that is science-based, so you have readily available and things you can offer your client. And that way they know that there is evidence behind it. So you're not just guessing that it works. You have actual data to prove that it does work. And 5, you want to partner with nutritionists and physicians. And your reputation is key. Your client reports are key. And you want to open it, keep that door open to receive good feedback and actually offer them some information as well. People like to get something as well as give something. So you can't just ask, you have to offer something as well.
Well, those are excellent tips. I think this is going to help a lot of the aspiring practitioners, but also some who may feel that they are stuck and don't quite know how to navigate this space. So thank you so much. It is very informative, and you are actually going to be available to answer questions. And so if you have questions, make sure you put them in the chat and Marvelette will be able to address them. And then also, if you want to learn a little bit more about the Association of Professional Trichologists, we have the website right there, and you can go there. There is a contact us form that you can fill out. So if you have any additional questions about the organization, you are more than welcome to send any questions there. And with that, thank you again. And we are looking forward to having you join us and support. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.